Good after morning, it is Wednesday, my dudes, which means it's time for another buyer's guide. And while the winter specials might be over, things are still hot right here on the Evetech store. Jumping straight into the top 10, at number 10 I've thrown in the Evetech mousepads. These things are absolutely fantastic. They're 5mm thick, so you can double them up as a pillow. They do have full braided edges, really nice bead cloth, and some pretty cool prints on them as well. I especially like the pros don't fake because yes, it was my childhood. Moving along to number 9, the Antec A400 is a really good bang for buck tower cooler. It comes with a 3-year warranty now, which is also pretty impressive, especially considering that would cover the fan as well. But the only thing I don't like about this, honestly, are these clips. If they do get bent, then you're up the poop creek without a paddle somewhat. I do think they'll be able to supply you with replacements, but just watch out for that. The rest of it should be pretty fine. Direct contact copper heat pipes is always a big plus. It uses the default AMD layout for the AMDs as well, so you'll just be able to clip that straight in without having to faff for the backplate or something like that, which is a big plus. And we've installed these on a number of people's PCs. I have myself and Mr. Krim, my partner in Evesports, and it's gone well. It's gone well. They do a very good job. For $550, very hard to beat. But just ahead of that, if you do want something a little bit more convincing, then I would steer you into the 120mm Gamdias. This is a really good bang for buck cooler. The 5600X that I ran underneath this was at like 61 degrees with Ada and Cinebench trying their hardest to get that thing to temperature spike. It literally wouldn't. It comes with a control box and a remote, so if you don't have addressable RGB, you can connect it up to there and then control the RGB and stuff from there. I would suggest that you do a full push-pull on this because it does make a difference, but it's nice and small, so it is much easier to install than 240. Just ahead of that, at number 7, these 600-watt Gamdias power supplies are now $699. They do come with a 3-year warranty. I have built with a little 500-watt in what is basically a 4th gen R7 media PC, and it basically doesn't need to use its fan ever because of that. But the main thing is, if you look at the 12-volt rail, 486 watts total capacity, and it is going to do 80% efficiency. So at the price point with a 3-year warranty and nice braided cables, and you can do some RGB lighting on this guy as well, so you can match it with your system if that's what you're really into. It's very good bang for buck. Rounding out the top half at number 6, I've thrown in the Aerox 3. I haven't tested this yet. Hopefully will in the coming days, but it's got one of the true move sensors. 35G acceleration is maybe borderline for some, but I think if you're not trying to be the best FPS player in the world, then this will be absolutely no problems for you. It is a bit of a smaller boy as well, so it's maybe better for smaller hands. I don't think it's going to skip out just based on everything that I see here. 300 IPS and a 35G, as I say, that is getting to borderline, but with the 1000 Hz polling rate, it shouldn't skip at all. Claw or fingertip is what they suggest. Yeah, because of how short it is, I would agree with that, but it's 57 grams without the cable, which weighs absolutely nothing. Looks pretty nice. As of late, I've been enjoying SteelSeries products, so at $1,000 with a 2-year warranty, does seem pretty solid. If you want something a little bit more pro level, then I would steer you in the way of this Razer Viper at $1,399. It's actually quite a deal. 69 grams. It's got the optical switches, which is about the only thing that I didn't like on the 8K that I've just recently reviewed, but I did test it at 1000 Hz, which is basically then the exact same as what this mouse is, and it's absolutely fantastic. This is true ambidextrous as well. It's got thumb buttons on both sides of the mouse, rubberized grips on the side, really nice scroll. Shape is fantastic. You can claw, you can palm, you can fingertip, whatever you want to do. It's light enough and long enough that it can do anything. And the main thing is with the claw grip as well is the buttons, as you can see, are completely separate from the body, so you can click them all the way on the back of the mouse over here. So all of that for $1,399 with a 2-year warranty. I mean, and the sensor is ridiculous in this mouse. 16,000 DPI is quite a lot, but as you can see, full 5G acceleration and the sensor, and 99.4% of tracking potential at its max speed, which is like 600 IPS. Nobody moves that fast, not even Simple. At number 4, it's one of my addictions, which is TKLs. I think that TKLs eventually actually are going to lose out to 65% as time goes on, but right now this is the way to go as far as I'm concerned. The cover and stuff is really nice to have, nice little touches from Cougar. So this is the kind of the idea that this is a bit of an on-the-go style of product, and it is small enough to do that you'll be able to put it in your backpack. You wouldn't have to carry it around like the Sir is carrying it over here. Nice switches, nice backlighting, nice like everything. Just general good Cougar value for money over here. At number 3, it's the cheapest way to go 144. Linus actually did a piece on this monitor with the cheapest 144s a little while ago, and this was one of the monitors that he tested. As you can see, your boy's done a review as well over here. I was maybe a bit tired that day, so do not mind my unenthusiastic looking face over there, because the monitors, these bang for buck LGs, these all new Ultra Gears are very, very, like I say, good bang for buck. Well, proper 1 millisecond response time with a FreeSync panel. I believe as well that this is still an older TN panel, but it was very, very good on color reproduction. It was actually a bit better than, yeah, it is a good old TN. It was actually a bit better than the older IPS that I had as far as that goes, because of less glow around the edges. IPS glow is still a general issue, but in-game performance is very, very good. There was a little bit of shadowing and stuff on the desktop, but nothing that made me think that this wasn't still a good deal. Dual HDMI with the display port as well, and it's got a headphone out. Really, really good bang for buck, and just a little bit of, you know, just a splash of red if you are trying to make your desktop look a bit prettier. At number 2, I've thrown in this little upgrade kit because it caught my eye for the motherboard's sake. Well, pretty much the whole thing actually. I think this is a really good deal, all things considered. So you get the Z590M Plus, so you get access to PCI Express 4. It has an 8+1 power phasing system, so enough to convincingly run the 125 watt 11600K. The 11600K is what, over 6K even in of itself. It's got a couple little upgrades, but main thing is that PCI Express 4.0 access that it's going to give you, and then it comes with a single 16 gig of 3200 Boltex. I like that because it gives you some upgrading in the future. Because this motherboard has got 4 slots, then you can get up to 64 gig RAM, and you can put on a much bigger processor in the future, and you can still overclock with that. So it's a really nice base platform to work off of, and it comes with that 120mm cooler that I've just spoken about. The 11600K underneath that is going to run at turbo boost unless you're hitting like 35 degrees C plus, as we know it can do in the summer. Beyond those like 2 months of extreme heat, you should be at turbo boost permanently. All of that with a 3-year local warranty for 10,299 Rand. Makes it a pretty solid deal. And the number 1 deal on the Evetech store right now, I had to give it to the AOC 27-inch once again. 1440p, 1 millisecond response time, VA panel with 144Hz refresh rate. It's got curved, it's got FreeSync, it's got every single tick of every single box that you want to have right now, minus HDR. That's the only thing I would see added to this panel. But at the price point, it's pretty sick, and having a 1 millisecond VA, a proper 1 millisecond on a VA, is absolutely fantastic because you get those IPS colors without any of the glow. One of the other things that I have noticed as well is the brightness is not the highest I've ever seen, so that is going to maybe limit it in very bright environments somewhat, but everything else just looks absolutely fantastic. The stand, the neck and everything, it rotates on its base, like it's nice, it's properly premium. And then AOC, because they're mad lads, they've got a 4-year warranty on this, so your guaranteed cost of ownership per year is less than 2,000 Rand, so it makes it like 3 Rand a day, let's say, to own as your guaranteed cost of ownership calculation goes, like 3 Rand a day to own a 1440p 144Hz. This is a really nice monitor. Anyway, that's all I have for you in this buyer's guide for the week. I will be seeing you next week Wednesday with more of this and another review probably on Friday, maybe Saturday. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, hope you have a good one, and I will see you on the flip side. Hey, test 1 2 1 2. How's